Randy, it's been a little while since I've spoken with you at least, so I'd just love to get an update from you in terms of where you think things are in terms of listening to Brainerd, listening to Powell, Bullard, anybody else you want to choose from at this point.
Well, I think they've been giving a pretty consistent message since the beginning of, since the end of July, beginning of August, that we're going to keep at it until we slay the inflation dragon and make sure that the dragon is dead. And so that means that they're going to keep rates elevated, and that probably means through most of 2023, because it's going to take a while for inflation to come down. They're really clear that they are going to raise rates to get to sort of a 4 handle by the end of this year, and probably end between 4.5 and 5 in this cycle, or at least that's where they're anticipating. And then they're going to wait for inflation to come down.
Yeah, you know, Randy, there's no shortage of those who say, well, inflation already is starting to come down. We're seeing it certainly. They'll cite many commodities, for example, in terms of the price declines. I see you shaking your head a bit. I'm curious as to your rebuttal and or at least response to that argument that says, you know, this Fed was too late on one side and it's going to be too late again in terms of maintaining interest rate policy too high.
Well, they were clearly too late to begin with, but they weren't the only ones. Everybody was talking about inflation being transitory, and I think they need to get credit for, once they sort of figured out that it wasn't transitory, to be moving more rapidly than most other central banks. The question is how much and how high. Now, fortunately, inflation expectations have not gotten out of control. They've been able to keep those well contained. And actually, over the last few weeks, they've come down to be in the right kind of in the middle of the range where they've been for the last decade. So that's good that inflation expectations haven't gotten out of control. The question is, will they be too tight for too long? You know, one never knows when you're in the middle of it. But they have clearly said they're willing to make the error on the side of being too tough because they don't want inflation to rise back up. And you can see that from what Lael just said, that they don't want to reduce prematurely, because that's what Volcker did. I mean, we're very vocal for having brought inflation down, but he also made a mistake in easing up too early. Inflation came back, and then he had to go to double-digit levels the last time that interest rates at double-digit levels, last time inflation was this high.
So, Randy, just to put some context around it, have we ever seen a Fed hike this aggressively, this quickly, and have it not end up becoming a recession?
I think it's pretty rare to see something like this. And then the question will be how mild or how severe will the recession be? I think part of that will be due to the Fed, but part of that will also be due to choices that Mr. Putin makes. And there's a lot of other geopolitical risks out there. It's a fragile time in general, and other shocks. Also, we've seen some of the challenges that the UK had. So there are a lot of things that could push us much further over the edge. But I think the Fed needs to do what it's doing, and it needs to take that risk, although I don't think the risk is excessive.
Shepard Smith here. Thanks for watching CNBC on YouTube.